Welcome back, Cousin Jeff.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
Good. Nookies, our first interview was so enlightening to our viewers that our cousin decided to do a part 2. He's filled with so much wisdom and great advice.
Right, so nice they do me twice. I'm a rapper too.
In our last interview, you told us the name of your business. One of our viewers wants to know how you and Cousin Shaka came up with the name Ebony Son.
We both had sons, and kind of Shaka really came up with the name. Shaka was like, I don't know where he got the Ebony, and then we just called it Ebony Sons because we both had sons, and we both were in Harlem at the time when the company started coming off. So we called it Ebony Sons, like black sons.
Yeah. So as a manager of a high-profile artist like Ludacris, what are some of your responsibilities?
My responsibilities are really getting his schedule right because he has he's multifaceted. He does not just, music, but he does film and television. So realistically, the first important thing is to have his schedule right. That means having somebody to schedule his days because one day he might be shooting a film, next day he might have to do a show. So realistically, my responsibilities is making sure that we're moving from point A to point B. And also my responsibilities is to make sure like that I have different people for different aspects. So we have a tour manager, we have, a regular day-to-day person, but the tour manager makes sure everything when he's moving for tours are done. And then we have also on that point, they also, if he goes to do a movie or is on a movie set, then also I have to make sure that I check with the accountant to make sure that all our bills are being paid and making sure that we pay our people that we owe because we have workers. So financially, I have to make sure that's a responsibility, making sure that everything is taken care of. And what else do I do with Ludacris? Find opportunities. What I said before, like multiple revenue streams. So that means, whether we're doing this, then, we also did product brands where we had headphones before. So I try to make him multifaceted, which means make him have more than one thing that he's popping with. As we say, popping, that's cool.
There are a lot of musicians on social media. Can you give them advice on how to attract the attention of a great manager like yourself?
Right now, the music business is a lot based on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. That's kind of where everybody is looking at. So you have to get your numbers up. You have to be very creative. You have to get people to understand your brand. So if I look on Facebook or Instagram, I really probably would never, I'm not really on Facebook, but like Instagram and Twitter, I would have to see, number one, that, your followers are up. You got to get your followers up. And then number two, what exactly are you posting? So with a lot of my artists, I would like, make sure if you go outside, like if you had on this polo shirt, I would like at Ralph Lauren, make sure that you at these products because that would help you out. But if I look at your Instagram or, Twitter or something like that, I should be able to tell your personality besides your music. And then also see more of the people that are following you and what's the reaction to a lot of people.
What is one of your most fun memories growing up in money-earning Mount Vernon?
Brush Park. When I was young, we loved to go down the street to Brush Park. We basically lived there. That was like our second home. We played baseball there. We did the slides. We was literally in that park all day and all night. And then they finally got a pool, and we used to go to the pool. And then at night we would go sneak in and be in the pool all night like we had a pool in our backyard. But Brush Park was like everything to me growing up. Like Brush Park and the Boys Club were like the things that, to me, growing up, kept me kind of out of the trouble. I was a little trouble sometimes, but that being occupied with Brush Park during most of the till the fall, and then the Boys Club at night, and then they had this thing called recreation where we would go to Longfellow, or Nathan Hale for basketball. That'd be from 7 to 9.
Artists that you have in heavy rotation on your playlist that you think are hot right now?
Hot right now? My playlist always gonna be Jay-Z, Nas, Big L, God Bless the Dead. What else? I like Rick Ross, Stevie Wonder, Barry White, and Love Unlimited Orchestra. Because the music in that, if you ever, you play instruments, I think you'll play instruments, and it's all about the orchestra. But I like music that evokes emotion, so like a Mary J. Blige or something like that. Young people right now like Meek Mill, Rowdy Rich, J. Cole. I like music that's inspiring. But whoever my kids are listening to, they make me fans of a lot of things. Little Uzi Vert. I don't know if y'all know about Little Uzi Vert. I should check him out. He's cool. But whatever Jeff and Naya is listening to, that's kind of what I listen to. I have no other choice when they're in the car. But they keep me young and keep me relevant of what's going on, me being at that age. But me being in the entertainment field, I should always know what's going on. So every Friday, I go to my Apple playlist or Spotify, because my brother works at Spotify, so I gotta plug Spotify. That's what I do to keep current on what's going on with the playlist and stuff like that. Y'all should also make a playlist for your blogs of music that y'all listen to.
What about Lizzo? What about Lizzo?
Oh, Lizzo's very talented. I like Lizzo. One of my artists, Charles Major, was on tour with Billie Eilish. Lizzo, I like Lizzo a lot. I like the personality. Who else? Females I like right now. Megan Thee Stallion, she can really rap. So I'm up on some things. I'm not really but I'm up on some things.
There are so many new artists that are out now. Who are 2 up-and-coming artists that you think are hot?
I like this guy named Stoop Lauren. Stooplauen. He's hot, very versatile. I love his music. I love Childish Major. He's hot, very versatile, and produces and does it all. And also, to me, one of the best artists in Atlanta is a guy named Jace, Jace. He's up and coming and hot. And then we have somebody from Westchester, 914, that's representing us. His name is Rex. He's out of Nurse Shell. And he's an up-and-coming rapper, just graduated from Nurse Shell High. So I'm looking forward to us getting something out of the 914. I'm still trying to find an artist from Money Earning in Mount Vernon.
What is your dream project, or who would you like to work with?
I would like to work with Hank Aaron. I love baseball growing up, so to me, when you say, well, as far as movies, because multifaceted, but as far as with movies, I would love to work with Hank Aaron, and he was a baseball player, he had the home run record out of Atlanta. I've learned a lot about him. He has a lot of business acumen that people are not seeing. They know him for baseball, but he has a lot of businesses which has transformed. So I would want to do his documentary. I would love also to work with Al Heyman. And I think he's a Harvard. I think you might want to go to Harvard. I think you told me that. I would like to. Al Heyman, he's a great promoter, does all the boxing and some other things, but very low key. And to me, that's what I like. You really wouldn't know him. You don't really see him, but he lets his work speak for him. So Al Heyman would be somebody I would love to work with in the future too. So make sure y'all add him. I don't even know if he got Instagram. He might be like me, but I would love to work with Al Heyman, or at least just get in the room and have a conversation with him.
Anything else you would like to add?
No, I think y'all got me. Part 2. I don't know if we're going for 3, but no, right now, I mean, that's all I could do is just say, like I said the last time, I just want y'all to dream and then, really look at successful people and read up on them. And, that's why I never understood autobiographies, but it really just shows you why and what people went through, so their struggles, because then you can also say, oh, well, man, that looks like the trajectory I'm on, so when you look at people or you see great people, read their autobiographies. Quincy Jones, it was always like, who's like one of my mentors. Last time I told you about Clarence Avon, but Quincy Jones is like, that's what we call my brother Shaka. He's like Quincy Jones. I was more like Clarence Avon. But Quincy, very personable, but Quincy at a young age was in his band, was a young kid, and he traveled all over the world. So he didn't see the world as black and white. I mean, he seen the world, it wasn't just like it was all black. He just loved all type of people. And at first I couldn't understand a lot about Quincy until I read his autobiography and seen when he was all over the world. And then I just seen that it didn't matter what the color was. He just, and to me, it showed me, and I learned a lot, because at first you wouldn't understand it until you read his autobiography and see where he was at. So Quincy Jones was a great person to also look at. That's it. All I think is, education is key. I mean, we all look for fast money and certain ways how to do things. I know I told you tomorrow you could be a millionaire, by idea, but to me it's like, make sure you get that education. Nowadays you got the internet, so you can learn anything. You got those master classes, and I'm quite sure you know other little things. Don't let nobody ever tell you it's cool to be smart. Smart is the great thing. So that's all I can tell y'all is just keep doing what y'all doing. I'm proud of y'all, and let's keep it going.
Thank you so much for letting us interview you again. So don't forget to comment down below and subscribe.
And don't forget to give us a big thumbs up.
Goodbye.
Thumbs up. Naya's gonna hate me, but thumbs up.